Hi, I'm Nick. I'm the design manager, Netherrealm Studios, and we're going to break down Omni-Man. He's a personality.
Think.
I think he translates really, really well into like an MK game specifically. We wanted to convey that he's fast. That he's moving so fast that he's essentially, teleporting to a location, but you can still see him. The special moves were all taken from like very, very key scenes. As an example, like there's that scene in the beginning where he kills the Guardians of the Globe. He has a move, that we call the Viltrumite Stance. And I think this one really embodies him the most. I think it's like really the ultimate like utility special move. So he goes into like this confident, cocky pose, and actually very reminiscent of the series. He essentially evades projectiles. So like anytime, the opponent throws a projectile, and he's just going to dodge it. And he's going to throw out a line, like a taunt, essentially a taunt line.
Boring.
From there, he has 4 options, and each of these 4 options kind of like serves as like it's like a own, attack that has a specific purpose to it. So, one of them would be like a grab, where it's a short range grab that leads into like an air combo where you just slam the guy's face down into the dirt and just throws him up in the air for a launcher. There's another one where he teleports behind the character and attacks him and grabs him from behind. That move was inspired by essentially the scene where he kills Donald in the control room. And I think it's something that, would be expected to be seen. The fans would say, oh, hey, that's something that, is just such a memorable moment on the series. Now, he can do that from the ground or the air. And he can also enhance that version. The enhanced version allows him to, dodge normal attacks like highs and mids. There's even yet more utility. He's able to then teleport to the player. So if he's like further away, he can actually teleport to the player, almost acting like a cancel. The next move is like an overhead that, slams him down. There's an uppercut where he just like gets up on somebody really fast and then launches them. And that was inspired by like a scene from when he fights Immortal for like the second time. There's a great scene when he discovers that, there's like stealth soldiers in his house, and he comes in there, and he beats them all up. And then there was one guy where he just flew into the guy and, exploded him. That one was like, oh, that's going to be something really cool that we have to add. Plus it has like a lot of utility in the game. And, right after he killed that guy, he went over across the street into that house and flew right into the house with like no reaction. It was like almost like he's an immovable object. There was another one where, he can sonic clap, and it's like a unique move that I think we've only seen him do one time. But there was a scene with Cecil where he's trying to, hit him, and he sonic claps, and the ground, breaks apart, and he just barely misses him. I think to me, his fatality is, dare I say, one of the best ones we've done. And on top of that, it was like such an iconic and almost like an obvious choice, to build a fatality around that scene. And I think that scene also really ties to Omni-Man's personality and, kind of explains like who he is and then just the brutality of it all. The biggest challenge was just nailing it and nailing the look and feel, I think, of that. And I think we did. I don't know if most people are going to notice it, but there is a little bit of an Easter egg there where in that subway scene, there's like a little bit of a nod to an MK3 subway stage. If you look at MK3, and you go to the subway stage, kind of like on the wall, there's, the like Boom Tobias like street as the train is coming by, like you can kind of see the same thing. So it's just a little bit of a nod to like previous game. His brutalities are, they're pretty much, based on scenes from the show. There was a scene where he grabs a guy's leg and he slams him down over and over again. We tried to really stay true to that stuff. We really didn't want to go like too far away, and we want to just design things that we've seen him do. And there are hidden aspects to them as well. There's alternate versions. So if you're holding a button down, then he'll smash the guy's head versus like pulling his skeleton out. That stuff is kind of sprinkled around. In my position as like a design manager, I think the thing that I'm most proud of is just like the overall effort that that was required to bring Omni-Man to build this character. He's really based off of reference. I think he just lends himself well to and it represents himself well to what he's actually doing in the series. And I think we put our twist on it as well, and just kind of added to that. And I think the overall package is like pretty compelling.